Thanks for joining us. I'm Jim Masters from PBS, WNET 13, WLIW in New York City, Connecticut Public Television, also ABC, WTNH Channel 8. I host Connecticut Perspective TV, Close-Up Talk Radio, Close-Up TV News. Very busy in this crazy industry of ours. And we're joined by somebody else who's very, very busy himself, Sibley Law, and he is producer, writer, board member for the International Academy of Web Television, which is a really burgeoning industry, really growing industry. We're going to learn all about it right now with Sib. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Isn't this cool? 6th annual fabulous film industry mixer here at the gorgeous Garde Arts Center. Such network that's going on.
Yeah,
people are
huge.
really, corresponding with each other and connecting. Have you connected with a lot of people tonight?
Oh, I sure have. And it was crazy. So we come in, we have the whole experience downstairs. There's hundreds of people.
It's incredible.
And they were like, "Oh, go upstairs, in the little room for the interviews." And what is it, seats 3,000?
This is the room. That's it. The song and dance will start in 10 minutes. Tell us about web television and what the Academy is all about. I mean, this is pretty exciting because the web obviously is becoming like its own television network.
Yeah, absolutely. So the International Academy of Web Television started, I believe, in 2009. And it's a membership organization. We put on an annual award show in Las Vegas every year during the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. Really, really big event. We have some stars that come out. There's a lot of indie people. So it's a really nice mix of people.
Is it like a YouTube type thing? You know how YouTube does sort of their... They have their gatherings, YouTube thing.
Sure. So, like for instance, this past year, winners ranged from Philip DeFranco, who's big YouTube star, to Xander Berkeley, who was big on television, and then had his own series, The Booth at the End. Grace Helbig, very big on YouTube.
Absolutely, yeah.
And just a really wide range of people producing content. Some very short form. Some longer form content.
So the purpose of the Academy, you would say, is what? To celebrate and encourage development on the web and then award them?
You nailed it. It is the encouragement, it's the celebration, it's partly it's to inspire people. You see the best of what's out there, and then people go, "Oh, I want to do that," or "I'd like to do better than that."
Right.
And it becomes this challenge, and it's really exciting.
Right, exactly. So you're a board member, producer, writer. Take us through some of the projects that you've been working on.
Sure. I've got 30 projects under my belt right now.
Talk fast.
One of the fun projects, a mutual friend of ours was a part of Uncle Vic's Kitchen not too long ago, and it was sort of a combination scripted narrative cooking show where we had a mafioso teaching his so-called niece to cook, and then his wife shows up. And fun and hilarity ensues, and you get a recipe every episode. But I would have a long history, everything from scripted narrative to comedy to cooking shows. That's not the only cooking show I've been a part of. And right now I'm working on a piece called Double Leche. That is an official selection right now at the Independent Television Festival, ITV Fest. And it's all about the awkward and sometimes funny moments that women experience while nursing.
Should be very interesting.
So, my collaborators, Stephanie Faith Scott and Jennifer Whedon, the three of us created this together, and it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. It's being really well received.
So where can people view the work? Where do they go? Do they go to a YouTube, or is there a channel or a website designed for this?
Sure. The answer is there are many places. One that's had many accolades recently is Boogaroo. And I believe they had Booth at the End. There's a whole web series website called Wigs, and it's really all about content with strong female leads. And they really tackle interesting, engaging topics. It's all scripted narrative, and it seems like it's a lot of A-list celebrities from Hollywood really doing some phenomenal work.
They are.
All online. Obviously, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Dailymotion, My Damn Channel, bunch of different really interesting places like that. Hulu, Netflix, the Netflix originals this past year.
So would you say this is sort of like a parent organization that sort of oversees a lot of this and sort of networks these things and people together?
Yeah, I wouldn't say overseeing, but I would say, trying to provide that network, trying to bring the industry together. As a membership organization, trying to provide some standards around different things, like what counts as a view.
Right.
Watching all the way to the end, at the beginning. It's a great question to address. And there are many other things like that.
Do you facilitate the advertising portion too, as far as getting banner ads and helping people to monetize?
So we are a nonprofit, so
Right.
we don't necessarily do that, although we do take sponsorships for our annual award show. But we would have companies that would be interested in advertising and certainly would want to come and network with our membership.
Terrific. So how does somebody get involved? You say it's a membership-based organization, so somebody's watching us right now. How do they become a part of this if they have this grand idea? Or maybe they're on the internet now they're doing something, but it's at a small level and they want to take it to the next level.
Sure, great question. So I direct everybody to our website, iawtv.org. And the truth is there are tons of people out there making really interesting content.
Sure.
What this organization does, I think, is provide a community of people, not just in their local city, but nationally and worldwide, where you can network to go shoot in another city, where you can find people to work on projects, where you can learn about the ins and outs of different things if you're just new to it.
Right.
It's a great place to go and find sponsorship and that sort of stuff when you meet some of the people who are sponsoring other shows.
Is there anything new, different, or is there any exciting, trends that you see in web-related television?
I think this last year you saw some of the big players step up and produce some really high quality, longer form content on the web. And House of Cards, so many people are aware of.
Yeah,
Netflix spent a ton of money advertising it, and I think they're yielding the results of it. High quality product, really easy to access, great long form content. And I think we're finding more and more of that kind of content becoming normal.
Right. Do you find any resistance, like from the broadcast networks at all? Like, oh, the web people are going to take away from traditional television. Any of that do you come across?
I think maybe there was a fear of that in a few years ago, but I think
they've embraced it.
Where we're at now, it's sort of like, well, this is a rising tide. Let's put a ship out in that water.
Right. Yeah, and partner together.
Exactly.
Because they're coming around to partner together too.
Exactly.
So how do people get in contact with you?
So with me personally,
or the organization,
I'll send people back to the website for the organization, iawtv.org.
Yeah.
And then I can be reached through my company, Saxon Mills, saxonmills.com.
Sibley Law, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. The
Thanks
wonderful
so much.
world of web television as it develops from the expert right here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
I'm Jim Masters.